what a room. All right, I am Matthew Wellful, Politico's Executive Director, and I am joined on stage by Kuba, Kiwior, Visa's Head of Operations for Central and Eastern Europe. Before we get started, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex, for inviting me. This is a great, audience to discuss AI, I think.
Oh, we're going to be doing it over the next 3 days, so we can kick it off and get started. But I'm new to Brussels, and I've been here about a month. I don't think anyone, if we did a show of hands, is new to Visa. I'd imagine everyone has at least one card in their wallet. But before we get started and talk about the future of agentic commerce and everything AI, like how are you using AI right now in ways that I think everyone may not fully appreciate?
How Visa is using?
Yes.
Okay, so we are using AI for probably more than 30 years, starting from early LLM solutions to detect fraud.
Okay.
Because as you can imagine, Visa works globally, processing billions of transactions. And our clients expect us to score the transactions, send them advices. So AI helps us in building best-in-class fraud fighting solutions, which are not only for Visa, which are scheme agnostic, can be used by many parties across the world. And as you can see, it works because the level of fraud in Europe and other geographic is now very low on cards. Fraud is moving to other means of payment, so it works. We have a great experience how to approach AI, how to implement it in scale, how to educate people and our clients.
Well, that's the time when I'm buying something maybe late at night, not that I would ever really do this, but when I get flagged for a kebab purchase, occasionally that comes up is this really you? And so that's one of the ways that you're using AI, right? I mean, to detect potential fraud.
Yes, so we are doing simply a magic. So you just imagine, you are tapping your card issued in the United States, in Brussels, but in milliseconds, we have to do several things. We have to authenticate that you are you. Then we have to authorize your transaction if you have money. We have to connect the small seller with acquirer and issue a bank. Send it back to the merchant saying, yes, it is authorized. And it's all in hundreds of milliseconds. 120 milliseconds is the entire process of authentication, authorization, and scoring your transaction.
100, wow. I imagine that's something we all take for granted. I mean, I just assume when I tap that's going to take, and all of that happens between that tap and when I get the approval.
Use this magic as much as possible.
All right, so that's the real world experience that we all have today, but AI is moving very quickly. I think it's in the headlines. It's doing something new every day. Agentic commerce is on the horizon where it can search and purchase things for you. How real is that from your perspective at Visa?
It's more real than you can expect. There is more and more real early implementation of AI usage, not only in searching for purchase, but also in payments. And our role is to make it secure, as it is secure for other card payments. Implementation of AI is not the technology, it's how the confidence is built in e-commerce. So just imagine, if AI agent is making decision not only where you go for holidays, but you allow agent to pay, the payments are becoming even more important. They must be secure, they must be linked to you as an individual, it must be permission-based, and it cannot simply sacrifice any security and resilience aspects. So now we are implementing and we are ready for the first implementation of proper security and authentication methods for AI purchase-based.
So when you think about Visa's role, I mean, we were talking backstage that, I mean, you've been around for more than 30 years, like you're the original fintech. I mean, enough with the unicorns and the startups.
Fintechs worldwide, close to 70 years.
So your role in this ecosystem is not necessarily, I mean, to be on, to invent some of these new use cases, but to make it secure and sort of give people confidence that it's going to work. Is that what I'm sort of hearing?
Yes, definitely. We are not an AI platform. We are the additional layer who gives people confidence how they pay and when they pay. And we really care about the infrastructure and readiness of entire market. So you can imagine we have a connection with every single bank, acquirer, and merchant worldwide. So we are implementing the tools where AI transaction is as secure as face-to-face transactions, is authenticated, and is approved by you as a credential owner.
So you've been at Visa for 20 years.
Yes.
And you lead now Central and Eastern European operations. I mean, we're talking about the long-standing presence that Visa's had in Europe. I mean, is Europe the right place for all of this innovation? Is this the moment? And is it sort of Europe ready to seize that moment?
Yes. I strongly believe that we in Europe are the best prepared for agentic commerce implementation because we have
the best. So we heard it here. Europe is the best prepared for this.
Yes, we are,
okay.
But also from the consumer perspective, we are mature people using very different technologies. Europe has a very well-designed consumer protection, which is very important in AI commerce. We have very sophisticated regulations in terms of the payment and financial sector. All products and solutions which are necessary to properly introduce AI, like tokenization, like strong authentication, are mandatory in Europe. So there is no better environment to introduce AI. Europe sets the bar very high.
No.
But it's good, because then we can scale this innovative solution in the proper, secure, and resilient mode.
So I want to pick up on that, because in the month that I've been here, I mean, it's no secret, simplification is at the forefront of the competitiveness conversation. But often it's regulation is a hindrance, that it's slowing people down. But what I just heard from that is that the security and the high barrier, the standards, actually make Europe an asset, right? Is that sort of flipping the narrative on its head? Are people receptive to that?
Yes, and this is why many developments in this area are done in Europe.
Yeah.
We created an innovation and a product and IT hub in Warsaw, which more than 1,000 engineers, which are designing and testing the solutions. These people are from Europe. They know how regulation works. They know how other products work, and they can design fit-for-purpose solution based on the open source of AI. And they are building and developing these solutions not only for Europe. They are building and designing it for global usage. So it was always the case that simplicity and the fact that payment is becoming invisible is the best one. It's changing a bit. So when you see the consumer behavior, they want to make the final decision.
Yep.
They want to be in control. It must be very well designed, easy for them, but they don't want anyone is making decision on their behalf. One click or scan of the face or fingerprints is not slowing down the process. It's only making the process more secure.
Yeah, the idea of AI buying something on my behalf without me seeing it does terrify me a little bit. But I'm also a millennial, and everything that's big I buy on a desktop rather than a mobile device. But I mean, you just mentioned Warsaw, and I'm going to be in Gdansk next week at the Ukrainian Recovery Conference, and I've got, I think, 3 more trips planned. I mean, it is at the forefront of so many conversations. I mean, what is Poland and what is Warsaw to Visa and to you?
So I'm very proud of Central Eastern Europe, not only because I am Polish and not because I am dealing with these countries for 20 years, but these countries are designed to absorb innovation in a very scalable way. So institutions in Central Eastern Europe, in Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, these are the countries where implemented contactless in the best mode, the forefront of the all worldwide implementation. We have 100% transactions with contactless. Mobile payments was another wave of innovation. Tokenization of e-com is another wave of innovation. Now, agentic commerce is very high of the agenda. It also comes from the fact that there is a massive number of great talents and engineers and designers and UX designers, which are based in all these countries. This is why Visa decided to put in the tech hub in Warsaw.
Okay.
1,000 people is a great asset. But not only this, these countries have a way to cooperate together. Banking industry and financial industry is willing to sort out the fundamental problems together rather than compete. There's a lot of space to compete for banking industry, but to build foundations, they can invest together. So simply one of the examples is this Cashless Poland Foundation. It is a foundation created by independent company, created by all Polish stakeholders, including Polish government, as a cooperation between business and public space. And the main goal of this foundation is to digitalize small and medium enterprises, simply help them to be part of the digital world in face-to-face and also in e-com. And the offer for this small and micro and nano is very simple. They are getting card acceptance and access to all platforms for free for 1 year to test it, to embed to the daily business. 80–90% of them stay with it. So we are very satisfied, and Poland now is one of the most digital in space of SME and micro businesses in Europe.
But you were talking, and we were talking about the growth of Visa across Europe, and London is sort of known as obviously the financial center of Europe, but you're aggressively expanding in Warsaw. I mean, do you see that's where most of the growth is, and how maybe worried should London be that its reputation is under, you're coming for it?
We have a very well-designed structure of our operation worldwide. Warsaw is a global location. On top of the fact that we are running Central Eastern Europe from Warsaw, 8 countries, we have a technology hub and support center, which supports Europe, which supports Central Eastern Europe first, this is my job, which supports London, but also supports IT and innovation globally. So now it's close to 1,500 people. It should be much more within the next 3 years.
Wow, all right. So let's zoom out from Warsaw just a bit. There's an ongoing debate here in Brussels about Europe's dependency on the US. I have no comment on that issue. How do you respond when Visa is a part of that conversation?
Yeah. Having in mind, global context of it, I understand the debate, but we need to simply somehow separate headlines from how Visa really operates in Europe. So Visa is in Europe from many years, as you stated. We are regulated in Europe, we have a local leadership, we invest locally, we have a local innovation and local people. We are adding a lot of value to European economy by growing commerce and all components. So this is simply not that Visa is owned globally and act globally in Europe. We act very locally. Okay. Our link with global is very important, because even if you build locally products and you are managed and regulated locally, risk and fraud, for example, is a global phenomenon. So being linked with the global operations, we can fight the fraud in the most efficient manner, which is simply presented in our figures.
So you feel like you're getting the best of both worlds, where again you're able to operate and manage information or track information globally, but again operate and build and invest locally.
Definitely.
Okay.
This is our major superpower.
And I mentioned this at the beginning, but again, everyone is familiar with Visa, but there is, critics might argue that you are, a dominant player in the system. How do you respond to something like that when, again, it works?
Again, let's focus on facts. So Europe is extremely competitive.
We like that at Politico.
Yeah, so extremely competitive environment. You have a lot of local schemes, account-to-account solutions, fintechs, and cards. So Visa is definitely the open platform. We support all players. As I said, majority of our products are scheme agnostic. We are supporting many European fintechs to scale and have a quicker reach to consumers. So we don't feel as a dominant player. We feel like the player with the mission to coordinate and evolve commerce in Europe. And we are doing this for many years.
So we're starting to run out of time here, but when you think about the success of Visa and facilitating all of that expansion and the innovation that you need, I mean, we are here at Politico's Tech and AI Summit talking to policymakers. What do you need from Brussels, or what do you need from the member states in order to realize that and continue to grow, whether it's in Warsaw or across Europe?
No. We don't need anything unique. We are working with all stakeholders and policymakers for many years. The success for Europe is to make commerce evolve. But the evolution of commerce needs to be controlled, needs to be well designed, and we cannot compromise on resilience and consumer protection. We still see that, from my perspective, the success will come from the fact that it doesn't matter if there will be cards account to account, wallets, whatever, but it must be simply secure and give consumer decide how they want to pay. And Visa is the best setup to be part of this ecosystem. I strongly believe that Europe will accelerate evolution. Let's see in 3 years' time what AI will bring, but I am convinced that we'll become the most innovative and the most secure region globally.
Well, I don't think we're going to have to wait 3 years to see it. We'd love to talk about it next year with you.
Agreed.
I think we'll leave it there. My colleague Peter will be up next to join a conversation or moderate a conversation on Europe's readiness in AI. But please join me in thanking Kuba for joining the stage and for your partnership today. Thank you.
Thank you.